everybody, and welcome to Wisconsin Wonder Garden. In today's video, we're going to be propagating out some succulents and taking a few different cuttings and planting them into our hydroponic center that I have behind me. I'm going to show you all about how to do that and then different ways you can plant cuttings as well that you might not be aware of. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe and check out some of the many videos we have to offer here. We're also coming out with a lot of content on a regular basis. Alright, let's get some of these succulents planted. Before us here we have some of the new succulents that we'll be planting and propagating into the hydroponics. First thing we're going to do is take these out of the pots that they're in and then rinse off all of the soil that they have around the roots since they're going into this hydroponics medium right here. In our first step here, we're going to be taking the succulents and just running them under some water, just like that. As you can see, essentially when we break these apart, we're turning that one clump, that one pot of plants into 3 separate plants here. Here we have all the succulents laid out before you. If you were not doing this in a hydroponics, essentially you would do the same thing, just pull them all apart, but then leave the soil on there, and then plant them right into the soil as is, and you wouldn't have to rinse all the soil off the roots. Something else that I'm going to do, or that I have done also, as you see, I've taken off a few of the lower petals. That way I can get them down into the grow medium a little bit further than they would have if there was petals all the way down to the bottom. The next thing that I'll also be doing is, if you can see that these here have a longer stem beneath the rosette, what I'll be doing is cutting off just below that rosette, and then I'll be planting this stem cutting as well, because new rosettes will form from that. So just take a cut. So here we have the rosette that's going to be planted, and then the base stem that I will be planting too. And also today I'm going to be taking off some of these succulents. So just cutting off the rosettes on some of the different varieties and planting them in the hydroponics. Doing that is also quite simple. I'm just going to take the scissors and top these off. And then I'll be topping off this one too, since I don't have that variety growing in the hydroponics. When taking cuttings like this and continually pruning, what that does is take the growth and the power of the plant and diverting it down into the stem, making it nice and strong and healthy. So taking cuttings from succulents is a good thing. I'll show you guys a few examples of how to get these in. Basically just dig a little bit of a hole and then push in the rocks around them just enough so they're sturdy in there. And the same thing with these bare root cuttings. Just make a little bit of a hole and then we have them right in the soil. My water goes to about 2 inches from the top of the substrate. So as long as the cuttings are at least like 1/2 inch, or even with some of these ones like this, as long as I get those down into there a little bit, the plant will seek out the moisture and the roots will begin to grow down into where the water level will be. Here are all the succulents that I have growing in there right now, and I'm going to plant all of the ones that we just took today, and I'll show you guys what it looks like afterwards. And here we have it, our fully planted hydroponics grow bed for all of our succulents. Here we have a lot of the cuttings that we took today, and then some over there in the back. We have the sedums over there. And here are some of the stem cutoffs. You see one there, and one here. This bed is currently full the way it is. This is as many succulents as I'll be growing in here. I will be swapping out a few different varieties from time to time as I get some more rare species or special color variations that I want to start growing instead. But for now, this is perfect. It has a nice capacity in here. Let me count all the plants that we have real quick. Okay, it turns out we have 52 plants in total in this hydroponic center. This bed is about 2.5 feet by 3 feet, so that's a really efficient and high density as far as numbers go, and it's all in one container. I don't have to worry about watering it since it's all on a timer. The lights are on a timer as well, so it's very low maintenance and easy to take care of, and I think it's going to have a nice high output of succulents. The succulents love hydroponics. If you have not grown succulents in hydroponics or have never grown anything in hydroponics before, I would highly suggest it because these things just love it. They're so happy in here, which is quite contrary to what most people would believe since they're succulents and they tend to like a very dry soil with moderate waterings, light waterings for that matter. And hydroponics, the water is going directly to the roots once every hour for 15 minutes. Most people wouldn't believe that's a good condition for succulents, but these things love it. Stay tuned to check out the progression and growth of these plants here. It's going to be awesome. We'll see you guys in the next video.